Good people, good people. You know who it is, man. It's Mr. Counselor, Counselor Something Secret, Duck Hang, Malcolm Luther, uh, your brother, Yazan Out King Ra, your melanated motivator, man. Here with Thinking Thursday. Today is Thinking Thursday, and I encourage you to think. Always use your mind, man. Step out of the box. No matter if you step and stand right beside the box, you are at least out of it. You dig what I'm saying? Today we're going to be talking about social engineering and the Willie Lynch letter. I was contacted by my partner Randall Holloway. Rand Holler. He said, "Jay, talk about social engineering and the Willie Lynch theory." And I said, "Cool, man, I will do that." So I have been trying to post these videos for the last 2 weeks, maybe week or two, and social all my platforms will not let me post a video. They always give me some kind of reason that I cannot post a video. So what I will be doing is accommodating the reasons they gave me and changing them and doing it the right way. So here we go. Again, social engineering. What is that, you ask? You asked me what social engineering is. And by definition, social engineering is the use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development of and behaviors of a society. Blacks have been the longest standing and running social engineering experiment to date in the United States of America. We have been socially engineered to be what they call the Negro, and the Willie Lynch letter talks about that. We have turned the Negro into what we call the nigger, and rap music talks about that. TV talks about that. What we're gonna do is go by blow with the Willie Lynch letter, man, and go through how we became to this 2020 man and woman. You dig what I'm saying? We're gonna go blow by blow, man, and I'm gonna be stopping this audible and going over what's being said, man. And y'all just stay tuned, get in it, man. Get your popcorn, grab a seat. The Willie Lynch letter, and like I say, for the layman terms, for the social engineering, it's when a hole gets dug by so-called somebody, and they want you to fall in it. And the only way they can get you to fall in the hole is they make paths leading directly to the hole. You dig what I'm saying? So my mom always told me, when you dig a hole, you might as well, when you dig a hole for somebody, you might as well dig two. And the so-called powers that be are falling into the same traps they have set and led for us, because they did not understand that one day people would follow our lead. Whatever the black man and woman does, the world does. From our music, the way we dress, the way we talk, our slang, the way we do everything, the world copies. They didn't understand that back in the 1700s, the 1600s, when they decided to take over a population of people, man, globally, globally. And then they told you and me that we came here on slave ships, which is a flat out lie. Slave ships could not do what they said was capable. They took us from Africa and brought us to America. No, the slaves that were enslaved in America were already in America. You know them as Indians. We are the original people of the planet, and the original person here was the Amaru, the Moor. You dig what I'm saying? Like I said, if you really want to get deep into that aspect of it, get with Rod Hayes, and Dane Calloway. Man, they go so deep on the people in America, man, that you got to look these guys up, man. They have taught me so much, connected so many dots. I am just here to deliver the message, man, and give you your melanation motivation. Using your tool and your jewel, we are the jewels of God. The tool in your head is called your brain, which leads you to be coated in melanin, which gives you your mind. And your organs are coated in melanin too, man. It's the reason they are called the organs, because they heal. They heal themselves. They heal you. They heal the body. The organ, the sound of the organ, that's why they play it in church. It is a healing sound. The resonance frequency of the sound of an organ can actually heal you. We have known this for years, thousands of years. via the pyramids we built all over this planet had organs in them. So it's a reason they call the organs in your body organs, because they resonate a frequency of healing, especially if you eat the right things, drink the right things, think the right thoughts. I encourage you to think. This is Thinking Thursday, man. So we're going to get into it, man. The organ situation is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, whole nother Thinking Thursday. So we're going to get into this Willie Lynch letter, man. It starts out with an introduction. The people paid Willie Lynch to come from the West Indies, where he had modest slave plantations, big slave plantations of West Indians. And the West Indies is what we call Cuba, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic. That is the West Indies by geographics. So if they are West Indian, we are what? North Indian? East Indian? What is this? Where are we at? If the island chain, there used to be a land bridge. If the island chain is the West Indies, then where are we at? And they're West Indian. What are we? You dig what I'm saying? We are Indian. They trick you with this long-haired, red-looking white man going, oh, whatever the case, but really it was you, your greatest grandfathers and grandmothers. You are the Indian. But like I say, man, let's hop into this Willie Lynch letter, and I'll be stopping it periodically, man, talking about what he's talking about. Let's go. So this is a 6-part series. This is part 1. Let's go.
Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his name. Greetings. Gentlemen, I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712. First, I should thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I am here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experimented with some of the newest and still have the oldest methods for control of slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implemented. As our boat sailed south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish, I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human beings along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple of miles back. You are not only losing valuable stock by hangings, you are having uprisings. Slaves are running away. Your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit. You suffer occasional fires. Your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are. I do not need to elaborate. I am not here to enumerate your problem. I am here to...
Let's stop right there, man. The man said, you're losing property. You're losing cattle. You're having uprisings. I'm not here to talk about all that. You know what your problems are. Meaning that when they first enslaved the aboriginal person of this continent, the Americas, Turtle Island, that these people were not willingly being slaves. You dig what I'm saying? They were not willingly being slaves. They were fighting and rebelling left and right, killing crops, killing animals, killing masters, killing people, man, because they knew they were born free. Born free. You dig what I'm saying? But this man has methods and ways of making people, putting chains on your mind, making you believe you are slave. So listen.
Introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if you installed it correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. My method...
That man said, I'm in my bag. Willie Lynch said, it's 1712 now. He said, I'm in my bag. I got methods for y'all to control your black slaves. Meaning that the black slaves were the only slaves who were really, really adamant about, man, we are free, born free, naturally wild, free. You dig what I'm saying? He said the black slaves. So that lets you know behind the lines that it was numerous colors of people and races of people that were enslaved in America. The black slave was the only slave that was like, fuck this. I am not with this slavery shit. I'll kill you, your crops, your animals, your fucking family, unless you let me free. Let me free, born free, by the grace of God, born free. You dig what I'm saying? And he said, if you implement what's in my bag, then your bag is your mind. If you implement what's in my bag, you will keep these people slaves for 300 years. This was in 1712. So you got 1812, 1912, 2012. When everything was broken, all spells and everything happened on 2012. The world ended in 2012. Understand that, man. The Mayans were right. The Mayan calendar dates back and it says in 2012 the world will come to an end. And it did. The world of slavery and people not using their mind and not using logic ended, man. People started waking up left and right after 2012. I mean, people started getting conscious, man, like shit was speaking to them. I've been woke since 1989. April 18th, 1989, I woke up. I came online. I remember like yesterday. Sometimes through tragedy, sometimes through miracle healings, people come online and wake up. Me, it was through tragedy. Woke up early in life, 8 years old, and I came online, and I've been online ever since. But he said for 300 years, man. So that's 2012. It's 2022 now. And people are waking up via social media, reading books, talking, speaking to each other. And some people are still getting lulled back to sleep with this nonsense music, these nonsense TV shows. They're getting glued in, stuck into a culture that is murderous, killing. Man, they have promoted the black culture to be a killing culture, man, when it is not. It is a healing culture. It is the most copied culture on the planet, man. When they implemented this bag they're talking about in the Willie Lynch letter, they didn't believe that one day black people would be the soul of the human race. Everything we do is copied and imitated, just from the tone of our skin to the swag in our walk and our talk and our language and our style is always emulated by every race on this planet. You dig what I'm saying? So we're going to get back into this, man. But 300 years, man, 2012, it happened. The world did end. It didn't say the earth was going to end. The earth is what you stand on. This planet. The world is what you live in. This world we live in. This world we live in of TV, entertainment, all these things. That shit ended in 2012, man. Everybody started waking up. Let's get back to it.
Simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take them differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about it. On top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There's intelligence, size, sex, sizes of plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slaves live in the valley, on a hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks. But it is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us. Gentlemen, these kits are your keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's make...
All right, so that was the introduction, man, to the Willie Lynch letter. And as you can see, man, the man said you use differences to control the black slave. Age, gender, size of the slave, location where they live, all this stuff is socially engineered in us, man. Why do you think all hoods are on a certain side of town in the city? That's controlling where you live, just like this man said way back in 1712. Why do you think the old man tried to tell the young man, hey, boy, that music you're listening to, it ain't gonna work for you now. You gotta stop listening to that shit. It's because you were trying to turn the old against the new, the young, and the young against the old, and it worked. Look, man, people are so disrespectful toward their elders, man. Don't listen to their parents. A lot of different things, man. The man against the woman. Look at the black household. The man and the woman are totally at war, man, in a lot of houses. I'll say 85% of the black population is at war in the house with the man and the woman. Either the woman wants to lead and not supposed to be leading, or she is forced to lead because her man won't lead. You dig what I'm saying? Uh, it creates a war. They even took it to the point where they indoctrinated into us Section 8, food stamps, things like that, man, to replace the man out of the house. Told the lady, hey, I'll give you a place to stay and something to eat if you just don't let him live here. You know, it would make more sense if they would say, hey, look, man and woman, I'm going to give you a place to stay and food to eat, but you guys have a time limit and you have to build yourself up to be self-sufficient. That would have been better, but no, they had to make sure the man was out of the picture. But like I say, man, this is social engineering at its finest, and it's still going on today. Um, like I say, this is a 6-part series, man. That was the introduction to the Willie Lynch letter. You can look this up on Audible or YouTube or anything, man, and find and listen to this whole story. Um, but I'm gonna be breaking it down chapter by chapter. That was the introduction, and it is what it is, man. And always, as always, is Thinking Thursday, man. Use your mind and think, man. It's gonna get way deeper as we go through this book. It's gonna get way, way deeper, man, and you will start to see how you've been lied to and socially engineered to fit a narrative called the nigger. That you turned into the nigger was the Negro. Negro is a construction of the Americas. No such thing as a Negro. It was constructed. As always, I tell y'all, man, GBG, go be God at all times. And remember, like I said, man, you are full of music. You are full of a frequency that can be radiated out. You have organs. You are a walking organ, man. You dig what I'm saying? They are for healing and putting forth the best you at all times. Man, like I say, man, go be God, GBG.